welcome to my YouTube channel, and in case if you're new here, please do consider hitting that subscribe button, guys. That means so much to me. And also don't forget to turn on that notification bell icon so that you will be notified whenever I upload a new video. So this has been one of the most requested videos on my channel, guys. So you guys have been asking me, commenting that you guys want to see a video on the bridal makeup artist kit essentials. So what are the good to have products in the freelance makeup artist kit? So you know what? I hear you guys. So this video is going to be all about the freelance bridal makeup artist kit products. So I actually dedicated this video to completely for foundations because I want to be like super informative for you guys, and I want to tell you guys in detail about like each different brands of foundations and what are the pros and cons for each brand and which client would these foundations would suit the best. And I'm also gonna share everything like the shade details as well in every brand, so that you guys can curate a kit according to whichever brand you would want in your freelance kit. So I am actually planning to do this as like a series of videos. So this video is going to be completely dedicated to foundations. So in the upcoming videos, I'll be doing a dedicated videos for eyeshadows to have in MOA kit, concealers, and all of that. So without any further ado, let's just get into today's video. So let's just look into the first foundation that we're going to talk about, and that is the Makeup Forever Ultra HD foundation. So in the Makeup Forever Ultra HD foundations, guys, we have like two variants. So one is like a liquid foundation variant, and then there is a stick foundation variant. So liquid foundation variant is actually a little thinner than the stick variant, so it obviously gives a little less coverage over the stick foundation. Just look into what is this HD. So HD stands for high definition. So it means that the texture of the foundation is super thin, that it is literally undetectable and looks flawless when you capture with a high definition camera or video. So that means that these foundations looks beautiful for a HD photography and videography. So super good for bridal makeup artists. So all the HD cameras have this ability of picking even that minutest details of makeup, even that minutest details on skin. So when you use a thin foundation like this foundation, the foundation sits like a second skin and it doesn't give that heavy cakey coverage. So it looks beautiful for HD cameras. So now let's look into the variants of these foundation and which skin types these would suit the best. So the liquid foundation, so it gives medium to buildable coverage. It literally sits on your skin like a second skin, and it is buildable, guys. You can actually layer it up, and even when you layer the foundation, it doesn't give that cakey, patchy, powdery look at all. And also compared to stick, it gives a little less coverage, okay, as we already talked about this. The longevity of the foundation is super duper great, so it is good for bridal makeup artists. One of the biggest pros about this foundation is that it gives a beautiful natural finish on skin, so it gives that ability to layer the foundation, so it doesn't give cakey look at all on skin. So coming to which type of skin types it would suit the best, it would suit normal, dry, and combo skin. So if the bride has oily skin type, then literally stay away from this foundation. This is a liquidy formula which is super lightweight, and it would work super duper great for a dry skin bride. And it also works for normal and combo skin as well, but for oily skin it wouldn't be apt. Here is a tip, guys. If your bride says that she has a combo skin, treat that as a dry skin or a normal skin, okay? Don't treat it as an oily skin until and unless you see a lot of that extra shine going on her skin. Until you see that shine, don't consider it as an oily skin. Treat it as a dry or normal skin. So another good thing about this foundation is that it comes with a wide variety of shades, like almost like 50 shades. So it has a great range ability to choose the shades from. Actually having my notes here, you guys, so I'm gonna take you guys through the shades in this foundation. So I'm gonna leave the shade details in the on the screen, so you can just like pause and write it down if you want, okay? So coming to the shades in this foundation, the good to have shades. So that doesn't mean that you just need to have only these shades, okay? Put in mind, you can curate the shade kit according to whichever shades you want, but make sure that just have like a good range of shades from light to deep. so that you will have that ability, you'll have that scope to mix the shades and get that in between shades. So if you take everything from that light category and if you just skip the medium and deep category foundations, then even if you mix all these lighter shade of foundations, you would not be able to work on a medium or deeper complexions, right? So categorize your foundations across the skin tone spectrum, whatever you choose, like 5 shades or 6 shades, whatever shades you choose. Just make sure that you are getting that ability to mix the shades and bring the in-between shades. So okay, so let's look into the shades for the Makeup Forever Ultra HD Invisible Cover Liquid Foundation. So the first shade is Y225. So it is great for light skin tones with golden undertones. And the second shade is Y335. It's a natural beige, great for light medium skin tones with golden peach undertones. And then comes the next shade, Y365. Note it down, this is one of the most used shades, okay, Y365. So it suits for medium skin with slight golden undertones. Then comes the Y375, again, most used shade guys, Y375. And then this shade is called Golden Sand, so which suits best for light tan skin with golden peachy undertones. Okay, most used. For reference, you can actually consider this as an NC40 skin tone type of shade for MAC. So next again, Y405. Again, the most used shade. Note it down, Y405, most used shade. So it suits, for reference, NC42 skin in MAC. So it is called Golden Honey. It goes best for light tan skin with slightly warm undertones. And then Y445. So it is actually good to have shade in your kit, the shade Y445. It is best for dark tan skin tones with neutral undertones, okay? So if you are a South Indian makeup artist, if you're actually dealing with South Indian clients, or if you have clients who actually come into that deep skin tone category, then Y445 is actually good to have shade in your makeup kit, okay? So now let's look into the next version of the Makeup Forever. It is the Invisible Stick Foundation. Invisible Cover Stick Foundation. So this comes in a stick formula and it's also a bit more thicker than the liquid foundation. And even in spite of being a stick formula, it is a very creamy foundation and it gives a lot of scope for blending, okay? So it is super blendable and it is very creamy and it gives a natural finish with full coverage. So the finish of both of the foundations are natural finish, but that gives like a medium to buildable coverage, the liquid one, and the stick one gives a full coverage. So, but in spite of being full coverage, it doesn't feel heavy on skin at all. And also compared to liquid foundation, it's a bit more thicker and gives a little more extra coverage. So this foundation, the stick foundation now works amazing for oily skin beauties, but if they have dry skin or normal skin, skip the stick foundation. Don't use the stick foundation on dry skin clients, okay? And also, remember when the climate is actually very humid or you are doing an outdoor wedding, make sure you use the stick foundation and not the liquid foundation, because the stick foundation suits for oily skin, right? So when you are doing an outdoor wedding or when the climate is like super humid, so it's natural that the skin produces like a lot of shine on its own. So when you use a liquid foundation, the makeup would not look that fresh after like long hours of time. So at that point of time, prefer a stick foundation. And also when bride has like acne scars or pigmentation marks or like discolorations on her skin, go with this stick foundation, because stick foundation has a little more extra coverage. Actually, it's a full coverage foundation, right? And also remember, if the bride has texture on skin, then go with the liquid foundation. So when the client has like texture and you put on like a thicker product on skin, it would enhance the texture on skin. So prefer going with a lighter weight formulas with foundation, so that it will not make the makeup look cakey and it will not enhance the texture on skin, okay? So then prefer the liquid foundation. in mind that you cannot cover the acne bump, okay? You can only cover the acne mark, that acne scar, but you cannot cover the acne bump. So if I have to give you a little more clear explanation on the coverage differences between these two foundations, the liquid and stick, the 1 coat of stick foundation is equal to 3 coats of the liquid foundation. So that is how much the coverage difference is, okay? So I think now it gives you guys a lot of idea on how much the difference is. So okay, shades guys, you can actually choose pretty much the same shades. You can choose the same shades like how you're choosing it in liquid foundation for the stick as well, and they have the and they also have the same shade range category for both of the foundations, so you can actually pick the same shades just as the liquid foundation. If you want to consider any more extra shades, then you can also consider the Y415, so which would suit light tan skin with golden undertones, and also Y505. This is not like a must-have. In case if you want to use a foundation for a cream contour, then pick Y505, and other than that you don't need to have, okay? Now the second foundation is the drugstore, the LA Girl Pro Coverage HD Illuminating Foundation. So this foundation guys is a very close dupe for the Makeup Forever Ultra HD foundation. So in case if you don't want to spend like a lot of bucks on that liquid foundation Makeup Forever one, you can actually go with the LA Girl one, the liquid version. So the consistency is again just same as the Makeup Forever Ultra HD liquid foundation. It's super thin. It literally sits on your skin like a second skin, and it gives medium to full buildable coverage. Let's look into the good to have shades in this foundation. It's GLM642. It's called Fair, and it suits for lighter skin tones. And then comes the GLM645, which is called Nude Beige, and it is one of the most used shades. Note it down. GLM645 is most used. And then the next shade, GLM646 Beige, is also most used. GLM646 most used. And then comes GLM647 Warm Beige, most used. GLM647 most used. GLM651 Bronze. So this is great for deeper skin tone brides, okay? So here is the thing guys, they have again like 2 versions in this foundation. One is an illuminating version and the other is the matte version. So the illuminating version is pretty much a close dupe for the Makeup Forever Ultra HD Invisible Cover Foundation. Okay, just like the Makeup Forever one, use this on brides who have like oily skin, dry skin, normal skin and combo skin, and skip the illuminating foundation for oily skin brides. Instead, you can actually pick the matte version, the same foundation. So there's also a white color foundation in this LA Girl range, okay? So make sure you have this in your kit. It is super good to have shade. So the pro about this white color foundation is that you can actually mix this white color foundation into any of your foundations to make it lighter. So you can't make your foundation darker by mixing the shade, but if you want to make any of the shade lighter, mix this white color foundation into that shade and it makes the foundation lighter. Third foundation is the MAC Studio Fix Fluid Foundation, one of the most used foundations by makeup artists. So it's of matte finish. We clearly know that. The Studio Fix Fluid Foundation is of matte finish and it comes in a wide variety of shades that actually complements beautifully the Indian skin tones. And also it gives a medium to full coverage. So it's completely buildable. It's lightweight. In spite of being matte, it's not a heavy cakey formula like a Huda. It's actually lightweight, and it's also super long wearing. So I'm actually looking at my notes, okay, please don't mind. It's super long wearing and the longevity of the foundation is actually so great, guys. I used to have the MAC Studio Fix Fluid in my makeup kit, okay. Midnight wedding, and she has night wedding and she has to be there till like, you know, early morning or something. Still the foundation actually looks pretty fresh on skin. So coming to which type of skin types this would suit the best. It suits extremely beautifully for oily skin beauties, okay, because it's a matte finish foundation. But if the client has dry skin, normal skin, combo skin, for dry skin, preferably, I would just say that skip MAC Studio Fix Fluid. Or in case if you have to use it, then just make sure that you really moisturize the skin well. make sure you're actually mixing a face oil into that foundation. Like you can actually pick the Indulgio Rose Gold Essential Oil and mix 1 to 2 drops of that into the foundation and then apply that on the normal combo or dry skin beauties. My suggestion would be like skip that for dry skin, and you can actually mix the oil for combo or normal skin types. And for oily skin, you can just like use it as it is without the oil. Or you can actually use this oil on skin and then also go with the foundation on top. Either way, anything will work. Just make sure you prep the skin well with all good hydrating products on skin, and then go with the MAC Studio Fix Fluid Foundation for combo and normal skin beauties. Okay, so coming to the shades, the MAC NC42. Literally, babes, this is the most used shade, MAC NC42. So it's completely must have in your kit. And also MAC NC40, again a most used shade and a must have in your kit, MAC NC40. So NC40 and NC42 might be a little closer shades when you actually look at them, but on skin when you apply it, okay, they make a difference. And then MAC NC35. So this is also a must-have shade, and it's great for light skin tones, okay, NC35. So and then NC37. So again, a must-have shade. Don't forget, don't miss the shade. It's great for light skin tones with yellow undertones. And then NC45. Again, a must-have shade in your kit for deeper skin tone brides, NC45. So NC47 is not like a must-have, but in case if you're actually dealing with super, like rich, deep skin tone beauties, then NC47 is good to have. Else you can actually stop with NC45. Remember guys, coming to the MAC foundations, NC is more like non-cool and NW stands for like non-warm. So if you want to actually pick the warm tone category foundations, NC would be the best bet when it comes to MAC. Okay, and then the next fourth foundation is my absolute favorite foundation. Is the NARS Natural Radiant Longwear. Oh my god, this foundation is incredible. Like even if you want to use it on your own or your clients for bridal makeup, this is the best bet foundation. Like literally nothing could beat this foundation. Like if you have this foundation in your kit, you are totally sorted out, babe. Your kit is like A1, okay? Okay, so so this foundation actually works brilliant for all skin types. It works for dry, it works for combo, normal, oily skin beauties. It works for every skin type. And it gives a great coverage as well. In spite of giving that natural finish on skin, it gives a great coverage on skin, and it's full coverage, it's super lightweight, and it's super long staying, which is super good for when you're doing a bridal makeup. And it doesn't give a flashback, which is a great thing when you're dealing with brides, because they'll be under photography, right? So it doesn't give flashback, and it gives a beautiful natural radiant finish. So when I say radiant finish, it doesn't give extremely dewy finish. It gives a natural radiant finish. And it covers up blemishes. It's full coverage. It covers up blemishes, pigmentation. I highly recommend you guys to check this NARS Natural Radiant Longwear foundation. And one great thing about this foundation is that if the bride has like smile lines or wrinkles or any fine lines on skin, this foundation doesn't settle into that fine lines. The NARS foundation doesn't settle into wrinkles or that smile lines or fine lines on skin, okay? So if the bride has any fine lines on skin, NARS Natural Radiant Longwear foundation is the best bet to go with. Shades would be like Punjab. It's most used shade, okay? Punjab is most used shade. It's great for medium skin with yellow undertones, Punjab. And next is Salzburg. It's great for light skin with neutral undertones. And then comes Santa Fe. It's great for medium skin with neutral undertones. And then comes, instead of like Santa Fe, you can actually go with a Stromboli as well. So Santa Fe is for neutral undertones and Stromboli is for olive tones. So you can either pick like one, either Santa Fe or actually Stromboli. You can actually work with one among them. And then comes like Barcelona, which is great for medium to medium deep skin with subtle peach undertones. So it is again a most used shade. Okay, Barcelona is most used shade, and then Syracuse. This is actually for reference, you can use this on brides who has like NC42 skin in MAC, Syracuse. So this is again a most used shade. Have this in your kit, Syracuse. It suits medium to medium dark skin with golden undertones, and I use this shade. And then comes the shade Moria. I hope I'm actually pronouncing it right. If not, please excuse me. So this shade Moria actually suits for medium deep skin with olive undertones. So yeah, these are the good to have shades in the NARS Natural Radiant Longwear foundation. I highly recommend you guys checking NARS foundation. And then comes the fifth foundation, which is Kat Von D Lock-It foundation. So this foundation again, guys, it gives incredibly super full coverage. Like out of all the foundations that I actually told so far, this foundation is like next level coverage. It gives super full coverage, but this foundation can actually cover up any blemish mark on skin, any acne marks, any imperfections on skin, even if it's like hard to cover pigmentation spots, this foundation can cover it up. It's that full coverage. And it's super long staying, and it doesn't move on your skin at all. It's super long staying. So this foundation is actually super matte finish. So make sure that you skip this foundation for dry skin, normal skin. Okay, don't use this foundation on dry skin and normal skin beauties at all, because dry texture foundation plus dry skin is the worst combo ever. It literally looks cakey and patchy. It gives that cakey patchy look. So don't use it at all. But for oily skin beauties and combo skin beauties, who actually has that excess shine on skin, when I mean combo skin here, okay? So for oily skin beauties, the Kat Von D Lock-It foundation is incredible, okay? Literally, nothing can beat the Kat Von D Lock-It foundation when it comes to oily skin beauties. And if you actually want to use this foundation on combo skin, make sure you mix like 2 to 3 drops of that Indulgio Rose Gold Essential Oil into the foundation and then apply that on the client skin, okay? But for oily skin, you can just use this foundation alone and it is beautiful. So, another good thing about this foundation is that if the bride has like craters on skin, this foundation will actually perfectly fill them up. And also make sure that you remember it gives a beautiful full coverage, so it can cover up any imperfections on skin. But make sure that you actually prep the skin so well before using this foundation, because it's very, very dry. It's super matte. So if you don't prep the skin well, even if it is like oily skin beauty, okay, if you don't prep that skin underneath well, this might give a dry look on skin, because it's super matte. So make sure you do the skin prep well and then go with this foundation. So also make sure when you're actually using the Kat Von D Lock-It foundation, you don't use a heavy powder. Make sure you're using the rest of the products like lightweight, especially like a setting powder. Don't use like a heavy setting powder. So also don't use like anything like a drying loose powders. You know, like some loose powders tend to be a little more drying than some powders, right? So don't use that drying powders. This foundation is drying enough. So use something lightweight, loose powders, or even if you want to use like a compact powder, you wouldn't need to use a compact powder when using this foundation, because it gives incredibly full coverage. But in case if you want to, make sure you're using a light version. Don't go with MAC on top of this. Instead, you can go with something like Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Loose Powder, because it's pretty lightweight and it actually gives a little bit of coverage as well, but it's lightweight. But if you want to actually pick a loose powder for this foundation, you can go with Laura Mercier, or you can go with a By Terry Official, or you can also actually go with the Too Faced Peach Perfect as well. Even that is actually super lightweight. So don't go with the Huda Banana Baking Bread, that one, because it's actually a little drying, right? If you use like a dry powder on top of a drying foundation, that is again a worst combo. It gives a lot of that patchy, cakey makeup look. So it gives like cracks on smile lines everywhere on skin. So don't use that. Use a lightweight powder. So let's look into the good to have shades in this foundation as well. So the good to have shades are medium 53W. It is again a most used shade. Keep that in mind. Medium 53W. It's a medium beige with medium with warm undertones. So the next shade is medium 57W, which is again most used, medium 57W. It suits medium golden. It's actually, the shade is called medium golden and it suits warm undertones. And then comes the next shade, which is called medium 51W. It's called medium sand, which suits warm undertones. And then comes the next shade, which is light 45W. So this is for light skin tone brides. So the other three foundations that I told you are for medium skin tone brides. So this is light beige, again with warm undertones. So next is called medium 62 warm. So this is great for deeper skin tone brides. Medium 62 warm. It's great for deeper skin tone brides, and it is tan caramel again with warm undertones. So let's look into the sixth foundation. It is the Fenty Beauty Pro Filt'r Soft Matte Foundation. So I'm going to look into only the soft matte version. Now they also have a hydrating version as well. So in case if you wanna pick the radiant hydrating version, you can just like go with the same shades just as how you're going with this foundation. But in detail, I'm going to explain the Pro Filt'r Soft Matte Foundation because this one is actually quite popular for bridal makeup artists. So here you guys, the brand name says it all. It's a soft matte formula. It isn't a super, like super drying. It is matte, but it is not extremely drying, okay? And again, it has a greater shade range. Like literally they have a beautiful shade range that would complement across Indian skin tones and also for deeper skin tones as well. And it's actually a full coverage foundation and it's also buildable, okay? And it has actually 50 shades. So it gives a beautiful variance to pick from, and it works amazing for medium oily to oily skin. If the client has dry skin, trust me, skip this foundation. This wouldn't sit that beautifully on dry skin. And if the client has normal and combo skin, make sure you're again mixing the Indulgio Rose Gold Essential Oil, 2 to 3 drops of it, and then use this foundation. It is a long wearing foundation, guys. It literally lasts super long. So great for photography, great for brides. So this foundation actually doesn't produce much oil on its own. So it's great if you're using on a bride who is doing an outdoor wedding or outdoor wedding function events, like, you know, a mehendi or pool party or whatever outdoor wedding event. You can actually go with the Fenty Beauty Pro Filt'r foundation. So this foundation is also sweat resistant foundation as well. So in case if the bride has like a very sweaty skin, this foundation is a good to go one. Here is an important tip, you guys. When you're actually starting your makeup on your bride, right? So make sure you actually talk to her about her skin type. So ask what is her skin type and then start like whichever foundation you want to go with. So coming to the shades of the Fenty Beauty foundation. So 220. So the 220 shade suits light to medium skin with warm undertones. Then comes 260 shade, the medium skin with neutral undertones. So this is actually a most used shade, guys, 300 and 310. So you can either go with 300 or 310. You don't need to have like both of them. You can pick one, 300 or 310. So it suits medium to medium tan skin with warm yellow undertones. So for reference, it would be like MAC NC42 sort of like shade if you actually pick 310. And then 345. So this is for tan skin with warm olive undertones. So this is a great shade for tan skin beauties. The next foundation, which is actually good to have, actually super good to have in a bridal makeup artist kit, is the Kryolan Derma Color Camouflage Cream. So this is must have, okay? Even if you are building an affordable makeup kit or even if you have like high-end makeup products out there, still Kryolan Derma is like most popular and is super good to have like product in your bridal makeup artist kit. So the Kryolan Derma, it is super highly pigmented. It can even cover up the deepest, darkest pigmentation problems as well. Even if the bride has like a lot of pigmentation or acne marks, this foundation can cover up everything. The Derma color from Kryolan, it can even cover up tattoos, guys. So just imagine how much of great coverage that has. And If the bride has like discolorations on skin or imperfections on skin, this would be an amazing conceal. You can actually use this as a concealer or a foundation, the Derma one. So if you want to use this as a foundation, now the Kryolan also has a blending fluid. They sell it separately. Make sure you buy that because it's quite thick. So when you just like scoop this product out, it is literally so thick that it would not blend well on its own at times. So just mix that blending liquid and it turns out into a blendable creamy texture. And it covers every minute thing. So you can use this as a concealer or a foundation, your wish. It's actually waterproof, so it actually works great for skin who has like a sweaty skin. So if the bride has like a sweaty skin, make sure you go with Kryolan Derma. And it also works great for outdoor weddings, pool parties and mehendi events as well. And another pro thing about this Kryolan Derma is that once you set this product with a powder, this product will not move on your skin at all. And also they also have like an extensive shade range, guys, so you will have like a lot of ability to pick a good shade spectrum. Amazing for oily and combo skin brides. So if the client has dry skin, skip Derma. Don't go with the Kryolan Derma for dry skin beauties. This is quite super matte. It is quite drying, so it wouldn't sit beautifully on dry skin. But if oily skin and combo skin, this works incredible. And also, if you're actually dealing with mature skin, like you're doing bride's mom's makeup or something, so make sure you skip this foundation, because if the mature skin has any sort of like wrinkles under the eye or fine lines or smile lines, the Kryolan Derma would actually settle into that fine lines and wrinkles because it's a little drying formula, so it doesn't sit well there. So make sure you skip this product on mature skin. So this is actually my Kryolan Derma color palette. So this is actually given in our makeup artist, the class, guys. This is how the palette looks like, okay? So we have like green corrector here, orange corrector, and like a lot of like some other shades as well. So we can actually scoop this with a spatula and mix them on a mixing plate and make your own shades out of it. So you can actually buy these like as a palette, make your own palette, or you can buy them as like dabbas as well. So the original product comes in like dabba form like this. No, this is not the dabba, but they come in a dabba form like this. But in case if you don't want to buy that much of dabba, you can actually make a palette like this. You can buy them as a palette as well. So now comes the another range from Kryolan. It is called Supra color. So the Derma color is great for oily and combo skin brides, and the Supra color is great for dry skin brides. So this is a very creamy formula. Now Derma is not creamy at all. Kryolan Supra is actually great for dry skin beauties. So it works actually great for dry and normal skin types. So literally, you guys, to be honest, Muva's kit is totally incomplete without the Kryolan Derma and Kryolan Supra. These are both like highly recommended. Any makeup artist like course you attend, these are like highly recommended. Even when I went to Makeup by Mario's masterclass, right, he uses Derma on his client like for concealing, so he uses Kryolan Derma. So even the top-notch makeup artists like celebrity makeup artists and bridal makeup artists kit always have this Kryolan Derma and Supra in their kit. Coming to the Supra, it is actually creamy, and so it actually works for mature skin as well. So if you're doing the bride's mom makeup who has her wrinkles and fine lines, prefer going with Kryolan Supra and not Kryolan Derma, because this is a creamy product and this doesn't go into that fine lines. So this is the Kryolan Supra official palette that I have, okay? So you can make a palette with the shades that you want, or you can actually buy them just like, oh my god, you might freak out if I just show this palette like this. Oh, it's so messy, but okay, but that is how the palette looks like, okay? So but this is a very creamy product, great for dry skin beauties. So that is how it looks like, okay? You can actually make a palette or buy singles. So, well, yeah, that's all for this video, guys. I hope you guys will actually like this video. I hope you guys will find this video informative and transparently share everything that I learned in my pro courses, along with all the shade details, everything. I literally shared everything that I learned in my pro courses, you know, my whole pro course notes with you guys super transparently here. So yeah, I hope this video will help you out in choosing the foundations for your MOA kit, freelance makeup artist kit. So here is the thing, guys, mixing shades and making it work for your client's skin is not rocket science, so fret not, okay? So you can get it just with practice, just like put on practicing. Obviously feel that mixing the shades is so easy if you actually practice it. So once you get the hang of it, now if you actually see the bright skin literally like that, you can know which shades to mix and get a shade out of it. You will know it like just as easy as ABC, you know. So by saying this, we're gonna wrap up today's video, and I'm gonna make a series of videos like on concealers and eyeshadows too, so they will be coming your way. So stay tuned to my channel. And so if you guys want to see any more videos related to the makeup artist career, any questions, just like put them in the comment section below, guys. I would love to know whatever I would love to share like whatever I know with you guys. And also any topic suggestions related to the makeup artist career series videos, put them in the comment section below. I would love to do more videos that you guys would love to watch on my channel, and also that you guys would find them helpful. So yeah, by saying that, we're gonna wrap up today's video. And if you actually like this video, please don't forget to give this video a like, share, comment down below, and also please don't forget to hit that subscribe button to my channel, guys. That means so much to me, literally the world to me. So please do hit that subscribe button and also turn on that bell icon so that you will be notified whenever I upload a new video. Else the YouTube will not show you any suggestions. So do hit that notification bell icon, and also do follow me on my Instagram as well. I'll be leaving the direct link to my Instagram account in the description box below. So we'll see you all with another video, guys. Till then, have a great day. Bye.